Hey friends, Roger Christopherson here again with another first listen review. If you like listening to somebody babble about cool music, then once again, you've come to the right place because I babble about cool music. This one is the new one from Lee Aaron. It's called Tattoo Me. Now, I did a review of her last album, which I honestly can't even remember the name of it because I remember saying in that review that I would probably never listen to it ever again, and I was correct up to this point. Still haven't listened to it. I remember not being very nice to it, so I don't remember everything I said in that one because I listened to that one and was so unimpressed. I know I wasn't very nice, so I'm like, all right, I'll give her another chance because I actually like Lee Aaron. I like the early stuff she did. She was labeled the metal queen, although since she's kind of come back into the scene, she kind of disappeared for a few years. She released a whole bunch of albums early in her career and then kind of came back. And since she's come back, there hasn't been really metal anything. It's been rock, cool rock stuff, and but I think she even did a jazz thing here or there. I kind of vaguely remember that. But the last couple have been just rock and roll, which is fine. I mean, I like you do what you do best, which suits your voice best, or your styles. People's tastes change through time, so I have no problem with that at all. Just didn't like the last album too much, but this one I saw was going to be a covers album. Now, covers album, is a lot of people probably share the same opinion as I do. It can be hit or miss. I know some people just hate them, some people love them. I'm kind of in between. I got to hear it first. I mean, sometimes covers are better than the originals. Sometimes they're actually just horrible. I can think of a few bands, in recent days that have released covers albums that are just absolutely dreadful. So you never really know what you're getting into with these. There's a couple bands out there that have done some covers albums I think are just amazing. So I went into this with an open mind. I remember actually one that was really good was Ann Wilson. Had done a few covers. This is going back quite a few years, but did some, and she did an amazing job with what she did. So I'm like, all right, there's always a possibility. Just thinking of, because I saw that Lee Aaron had done a cover of a Heart song on here, so that's kind of why I was using that as a reference. But anyway, a few of these songs I never actually heard before, so I thought that was interesting. And then there's a couple on here that are like, I've heard other people do them. So anyway, starting in the song Tattoo, I had actually never heard that one. It's from a band called the 77s. Not familiar with that band at all. I thought the song was actually really cool. The production on this goes in with an extremely reverbed out drum sound, and I was a little bit worried. I'm not going to lie, I heard that because I remember the production on the last one I remember commenting it was a little flat. So I didn't know what we were getting into. Actually, that song I actually really enjoyed that song. Never heard it before. Could have passed it off as one of her own, and it was really cool. Production's pretty clean. She keeps it fairly dry. I mean, it's probably not her choice. It goes with working in the studio. Producers make those decisions on their own a lot of the time, and whatever. But she sang really well on that one. She actually sings really well on this whole album. I'll give her that. She sounds really good. She sings really good on every song. There's nothing in here that's cringy at all. In fact, above and beyond that, she just really sings very well on this. I thought there was some weird choices as to what she was singing on this, and song number 2, Are You Gonna Be My Girl, was one of those weird ones, because I don't know, for me, if I got a girl singing a guy song and they're singing about a girl, I find it a little strange, and vice versa. If you hear a guy doing the same thing, I just find that odd. So Are You Gonna Be My Girl, I don't know, Are You Gonna Be My Guy would have been a cool thing to say instead, but that's just my personal taste on it. Whatever, it's just an opinion. Feel free to beat me up on that if you don't agree or whatever. I don't care, but it's just an opinion. But it was a cool song. It was fun. I could have left. She sang it fine, played it fine. I really was never a big fan of that song, so I could have lived without hearing that one. But Even It Up, her version of that, the Heart song I was mentioning, was cool. You don't really hear people do this one too often. They always pick the bigger hits, like Magic Man or whatever. So it was kind of cool hearing this one. She rocked up, made it a little bit her own. Thought that was cool. What Is and What Should Never Be, the Zeppelin song. Everybody's got to do a Zeppelin song. Not one of the more covered ones. They did make it their own little version of it, changed it up a little bit. I was a little bummed out because, the bass part on this song, on the original, is killer. And bass player did not play anything close to that part at all. Kept it pretty simple and straightforward, which, well, whatever. They made it their own anyway, but that's just a personal little thing there. I was hoping to hear a cool cooler bass part, but whatever. It still was she sang it very well, and they did make it their own. Isn't My Body was a Alice Cooper song. Not really too familiar with that one, but really short one. She sang it pretty cool. I actually enjoyed that song. It's funny, the ones that I was not familiar with that well, or I'd heard of the song, but I would have thought of doing this as a cover song. But it was a cool little version of it. I saw an interview with her just recently saying that she was a big fan of Fleetwood Mac and Stevie Nicks and all that. So I saw she was doing a Fleetwood Mac song, and it was Go Your Own Way. I was like, why would you pick a Lindsey Buckingham song to cover? I don't know. I just thought that was funny. It really didn't do much for me, actually. She did it just pretty straightforward, saying didn't hear anything that was special about this one. I wish she would have picked a Stevie Nicks song. She probably could have done something a little bit different than this one, but it is what it is. It was okay. The Pusher, I'm familiar with this song. I don't like it, and it's just because lyrically it just bugs the heck out of me. So I listened to it. It was like, she sang it well. Don't like the lyrical content, so I probably will skip that one from this point on. That's all I got to say about that one. But she sang it well. Malibu, I really didn't know that song at all. It's a whole song. That one was kind of it was just a song. I mean, she didn't write it, so don't take any offense to it there, Lee, but not a song I would have chosen. Really just could have left that one off. It didn't really do much for me. Now, her version of Somebody Save My Life Tonight, Elton John, song, I'm jumping on it, is an Elton John song, was very different from the original. They're definitely changed the arrangement, made it her own. It's probably my favorite one on the whole album is that one. The background vocals in this one, you could tell, were really made the song come to life. It really added a lot and just really made it her own. I love it when artists do that. So, like I was mentioning earlier, cover songs that they take and make their own, it's still recognizable. It's obviously the same, chord structure and melody as original, but somehow you can take that and just make it your own. It's cool, and she did that with this one. The song Connection is track number 10, and Teenage Kicks. I've never heard either one of those before. They were cool, whatever. Nothing that really jumped out and spoke to me all that well, but they're fun songs either way. They were okay. So overall, there were some really cool songs on here. I would say Tattoo, Even It Up, Even What Is, which never even without the bass part in there. Is It My Body, and Somebody Save My Life Tonight. Killer. I really liked her versions of those. Really, really good. The rest were just kind of, I could have, lived without, whatever. But that's just kind of the way it goes with covers albums usually. So, and no big surprise that's what happened on this one. But a lot better than the last one. I really enjoyed the songs on here. There's nothing that I despised or was anything like that. So overall, good listen. Enjoyed it. This is one I'll probably listen to again. And, sometimes, albums can become growers, and there's stuff on here that I'll enjoy as I listen to it more. But that's just my first impressions of it, and that's why it's called First Listen Review. So if anybody has anything they want to share, as always, feel free. And, share and subscribe to keep this music alive, because if she's going to release stuff that's cool as this, I'll be very happy to listen to more of her stuff. And, was very happy that this one was a much better album than the last one. So anyway, on that note, until next time, we'll see you.